All right. What is going on, guys? We are here live in the flash. So if you guys have any questions off the bat, or if you're watching this on a replay, make sure you smash the like button. It'll motivate me to make way more lives. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, let me know. And I try to do these lives in between like 4 to 6 p.m. PST. That's kind of the goal. And so I should create a consistent schedule. So I apologize for kind of just coming on random. But today's topic is how to 10x your sales, how to make way more profit, way more money on eBay. That is today's goal. And I hope that you guys are having a phenomenal day today. And sales are going all right. They're just pretty average. And so the goal is to kind of create above average, sales on eBay. And we really want to try to strive to be in the top 10%. So everything looks like it's going good. Just making sure that the live is good to go. But yeah, guys, hope everyone is doing fantastic. Like I said, if you have any questions at all, please leave a comment down below with any questions that you might have, and that'll really help me with the topic of this stream. And so like I said, the topic in today's video is how to 10x sales. We're going to talk about how I went from 5,000 to 10,000, basically the blueprint on really how to scale your business, how to take it to the next level, because that's really what is important. So if you want to hear more content related to this, and make sure you smash the thumbs up. Like I said, it's going to really motivate me to make way more lives. And I love doing lives because I help new resellers or even more experienced resellers really take their game to the next level. And I've only been doing this for 10 months, so I'm not saying like I'm the most the top like expert when it comes to eBay. However, I've been able to do over 10,000 consistently within the last 3 months, basically starting from scratch just 10 months ago. And I think that if I can do it, you can absolutely do it. I did a post today that I have been an entrepreneur for 8 years. So I've really delved into personal development. And I think a huge part of eBay is just not quitting. I think it's super, in pretty much any business, it's so easy to quit. It's so easy to throw in the towel. It's so easy to move back to your parents' house. It's so easy to basically do a 9 to 5, and there's honestly nothing wrong with that. And to be honest, when you're first starting, I do recommend to maintain that source of income while you do eBay. It's actually very important that you have a stream of income besides just eBay, especially when you're first starting, because we tend to overbuy in the beginning, and a lot of people overbuy and they spend themselves out of business, which is really not the best ever. And so we're getting sales. Hope you guys are getting sales. Sales have been going good today. And I've really started to mark down some of my older inventory, just things that I need to get out ASAP. And when I say I'm pricing them low, I'm pricing them at like $5 plus $6.80 shipping. So I've just been getting crazy sales today, but it's going to free up storage. And so that extra room I can put in gold items. Today was a fantastic sourcing day. I found 23 items that were really, really good. And I'm talking like a bunch of Lululemon, Mountain Hardwear, Outdoor Research, Cashmere today, a bunch of Adidas track pants. Like I always sell Adidas track pants for like $30 ASP. So if you guys find those at the bins, definitely pick them up if they're in good condition, because they sell for a good amount of money. Like 30 ASP is fairly good. And that's kind of like the lower tier that I want to kind of spend for now on. But if you guys love content like this, make sure you smash the like button, because it's going to get this live out, and your questions basically fuel the live. So if you guys have any questions or pretty much anything, leave your questions down below. We'll get pretty much to every single question. And if you need any help or anything like that, let me know. I know a bunch of people are having slow sales during summer slowdown. And so I really want to talk about that. I want to talk about how to 10x your sales in slow times, because a lot of people, they kind of make excuses with summer slowdown, and that's the reason why they have slow sales, but it actually has nothing to do with summer slowdown. There's many ways to actually overcome summer slowdown, and it really just takes spending more time at the bins or the thrift store and just really staying until you're sourcing just high tier items. I think that low tier to mid tier items are kind of in the past. With growing inflation, especially at the thrifts and racks, it's not really profitable to go out there and get like Adidas polos at like a Goodwill thrift store when they're charging like $10 for it. It's just not the best ever. So times are changing slightly, but I think that it's going to be good for most people because it's going to force us to really study good brands and study bolos and study what is really the best brands. And that way we can make way more ASP, because the last thing that you want is to spend a bunch of time shipping. I've been there where I had to ship like 100 orders in like a day, and the average sales price of those items were like $10 and just is not worth your time. So I think the goal is to really push our ASP to like 30 to 40 ASP. I think that should really be the goal. And that's how we're really going to take our business to the next level. And, you know, I've been extremely selective with the things that I'm picking up. Like, I'm starting to pass on pretty much like 9 out of 10 items that I find at the bins. If it has any stains or holes or defects or anything like that, I just pass it up. When I first started, I would pick up pretty much everything that was Nike and Adidas, regardless of if it had scuffs or stains or rips. I would just like pick up everything. And then like I would just pick up like any button-up shirt when I first started, no matter what the brand was. I would pick up like all the shorts and stuff because it was low cost. And although it is low cost and it can be pretty profitable, like you can 2x, 4x, 8x and 10x your investment, those items that are more mid-tier kind of like sit around for a little while. And so you really have to like, is it really worth your time bagging it, taking the photos, putting it in the SKU system, and then taking the time to ship it? Like, all that takes a lot of time. And for my strategy now, I'm no longer picking up any type of low tier items. Like, I'm really just focused on getting like higher tier items. For instance, like REI Co-op convertible pants, like nylon convertible pants, or Columbia, pretty much anything that is convertible pants that's nylon. I find those all the time at the bins and like mom and pop thrift stores, smaller thrift stores. Those have really good sell-through rate, especially during the summer. And I would say like almost all year round, those will do pretty good. And you can get at least $30 for those. So I found a bunch of those today from like Columbia and REI and Piranha. Like, if you can find those, pick them up. They're super light. They're super inexpensive at the bins. As you guys know, I love picking up like Jordan shorts, like the Jumpman Air Jordan shorts. Those do really well for me. When I see those at the bins, I automatically know that they're going to be like, I don't know, $20 to $30. But if you guys are watching this right now, make sure you smash the like button. It's going to help take this live to the next level. Yes, we're just starting, but this is just the beginning of this channel, and all your likes and comments go a super long way. It'll basically stretch the live out to be longer. So if you guys have any personal questions, if you need anything from me, I'd be happy to basically answer anything. And if you got value on my channel, make sure you smash the like button, because it's going to basically promote this channel to more viewers, and that way we have a better community. Because as you guys know, I don't monetize my YouTube channel. Even though I was accepted into YouTube's partner program, I decided to turn off pretty much all the revenue making streams of income on YouTube for now, just because I'd rather focus on just creating a community opposed to trying to profit off you guys. Like, I don't really want money just from creating YouTube content. Maybe in the future, but as of right now, I don't want to spam you guys with like ads and everything, and I don't want you guys to get deterred. So that's pretty much the last thing that I want to do is like bombard you guys with ads. And so there's nothing wrong with that. and people that do that, I have nothing wrong with that. However, for this YouTube channel, for right now, I do not want to turn on the ads. I really just want to create an awesome community here. And so your comments and likes go a really long way. So if you guys are watching this right now, make sure you smash the like button and leave a comment down below. But today's call is all about how to 10x your business, how to get it to the next level. And so, when I first started, like I said, I wouldn't have a big filter. Like I'd pick up everything Adidas, Polo Ralph Lauren. I'd pick up like all the mall brand items. And like, I'm talking about like Express, Hollister. And although there are some good categories and good fabrics and good like niches within all brands, I was just picking up pretty much just basic 100% cotton, like button up Express shirts. And those things will sit around forever. I'm probably sitting on like 300 button up shirts that have just been sitting around for over 10 months since I started. When I first started, I thought like button ups were like going to be a huge like gangbuster, and I was wrong because I'm sitting on a bunch of those. And now I'm just like marking them way down to like, talking like $5 plus $6.50 shipping. And so sitting on a bunch of button ups right now, but that was, the mistake that I made early on. I wanted to do like the mall brand volume strategy, and that's just not the best strategy ever. I am more focused on really spending more time researching. Like what I'm doing right now is going on YouTube, basically looking at what sold videos. I'm stalking different stores, seeing what is selling for them at a higher ASP. And most of the times these people are selling brands that I have never heard before. So, going on eBay pages and seeing what's sold is a really good way to see what's selling for a higher ASP. And so I also look at like YouTube thrift hauls. I look at YouTube videos of people basically going through what they found for that day. And then most of the time they'll come up with new brands that I've never heard before. So I think spending at least, 20 minutes to 30 minutes, especially at night, like instead of watching Netflix, like if you guys, like if success is your duty and obligation, you want to get to the next level in your life, like what are you guys doing? Are you just like sitting back, catching up on Netflix, catching up on your latest show? Or are you doing whatever it takes? You putting in the hours and really trying to become the best version of yourself, and to put that time into researching new brands, researching the best brands ever. Because like a lot of people are like, oh, I have slow sales and I'm doing everything, but they're also like binge watching Netflix at night and like not really taking the time to really research what the best brands are. I think that if you devote at least 100 hours of your lifetime just learning brands and learning the best brands within, let's say, North Face, or like what you can do is just type in North Face, Patagonia, like Mountain Hardwear, and see what sold recently within 90 days. Go from high to low and see what the best brands, or what's selling the highest, whether it's vintage or really good. Like you'll basically get to know all the names and what is like the high sellers. You can do this with any brand, like Polo Ralph Lauren, Hugo Boss. That's like what a lot of the big like 6-figure, 7-figure earners do. They'll look at brands, they'll sort it from what recently sold high to low, and then that's a good way to really expand your Rolodex to see what is selling for bigger money. But if you guys are watching this, make sure you smash the like button, make sure you leave a comment down below, because it will basically extend this live out, and your questions really fuel the live. So if you guys are here, this is a live broadcast. This is not like a fake premiere or something like that. This is a live broadcast. So if you guys have any questions at all, let me know. Leave a comment down below, and I will get to you and handle that for you. And if you guys have ever had any type of value from this YouTube channel, make sure you smash the like button. It'll go a super long way. Our goal is 30 likes in one broadcast. We do have a couple people watching, so smash the like button, and that'll motivate me to extend the live. And also leave a question down below, if you have any questions at all. That way we can have a nice little thread here with questions and answers. So that's my main objective on this live, is to answer all the questions that you guys have. We have a comment by Miss I Spy. Hey, thanks. Hey, what's going on? Hope you're doing absolutely incredible. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns. Let me know how your sales are doing. I've heard that a lot of resellers are having slow sales right now, and you know, that may be true. Like, you may be getting less traffic, less sales. However, that shouldn't deter you from listing consistently, going out and trying to source more items, and just do the daily tasks that you need to do to create a really high sell-through rate business. Like, my main goal is to month over month be very consistent. And so what I'm doing is I'm showing up every single day, hitting my listing goal every day, and filling up my store with super high sell-through rate items, because a lot of them do sell off fairly quickly. Like, you know, you're doing a good job when you're listing and then you're selling your items fairly fast. So, like, you know, you're crushing it when, like, you'll list like items and they sell really quick. And so what happens is, like, let's say you just list one, let's say you just source one time a week, and let's say you get 100 items. Let's say 10 of those items are bangers and gold items, and then the rest are junk. You're going to sell off those 10 items really, really fast. And then what you're left with is 90 mid-tier, low-tier items in your store. So I think that the biggest goal, what took me from $3,000 to $5,000 per month gross on eBay to $10,000 to $12,000 per month, was really going every single day and just refilling up the store with gold high tier items, and really expanding the Rolodex to really make sure that I put in new items in my store. That way, because they sell pretty quick, because I try to get high demand, in-demand items, and I price them like at market or slightly below market, and then I'll have a store-wide coupon on top of that. So it really incentivizes people to pretty much do an instant payment, and like, I'll just hear my phone go off all day with just like random payments, because I price it at market. And to see what your item is at, like what the market is you just search up your item, and you just see like you just look at the first page, and you just want to see like what people are pricing that item at, and then try to get the average of what that first page is. And then also you can go to solds and see kind of what the average price is that's selling. And then that's how you're going to figure out how you should price your items. And then if you're not getting any send offers, like, you should be getting, let's say you have a bigger store, like I'd say around 1,000 items plus, every like 20 minutes, you should have the ability to send an offer out. Like, every time I look at my phone, I pretty much have the ability to send an offer out. And the reason for that is because I have a pretty big store. And so like, I have a pretty big store, and I price my items fairly low, and I have low buying costs. So the goal for me, my main objective, was to get things that were the lowest possible, like, so when I'm at the bins, like, I'm not going to buy like a huge heavy trench coat that is a crappy brand, because that's going to cost me like $10 to $12 at the bins. When I'm at the bins, I try to source like nylon, like really light stuff that is high sell-through rate and also will sell for a lot of money. So my main objective at the bins is to get the best item possible, the highest ASP item possible for the lightest weight possible, because I really want my cost of goods to be super, super low. Like, today I sourced like 24 items, and my average cost was just $1.90. Some of the items were on the heavy side. Like, I got 511 tactical jeans. I got two 511 tactical jeans. They're probably like 2 pounds. So if I just bought that alone, it would probably be like $6 to $7. But since I got 23 items, it brought that average sales price down to 190. So our main goal should try to be getting things for as cheap as possible, because we want to make as much margin as possible. So if you're doing a bin strategy, you want to get the items for absolutely dirt cheap as possible. That's why I love getting like Tommy Bahama silk button-ups, because they're silk, they're light. A lot of women's clothing is super light. With jeans, you really have to look up sell-through rate and see if it's worth the $3 to $6 that it's going to cost you at the bins. For LA, it's way more expensive for me because it's like $3.19 per pound at the bins. But for you, it may be a lot cheaper. Like someone the other day said their bins is like $1.50. Let me know how much you guys, what your average cost of goods are. And there's nothing wrong with spending more money. However, you want to make sure that item sells for like over $30, $40, $50 if you're going to kind of pay more than $10 for it. And so that's kind of my 2 cents here. So we have some questions. Set goals, exercise, ready to go. Nice. Miss my spy. That is great to hear. Christian, what's going on? Welcome to the live. Hope you're doing absolutely incredible. How many brands should I study when I first start? So really, the subconscious mind is really interesting. Even if you're not an expert at brands, just watching like YouTube videos with like thrift hauls and you can type in high sell-through rate items to sell on eBay. You can type in thrift hauls on eBay. You can type in what sold videos on eBay. And just look through a bunch of them, like spend like instead of binge watching Netflix episodes, binge watch what sold videos and binge watch basically like I said, instead of watching movies and Netflix at night, spend the time watching what sold videos, high sell-through rate items on eBay, just like studying all that. And the crazy thing is, like, even if you're not an expert on the brand, you may not even remember it on the top of your head. But when you're in the thrift store or the bins, you'll be like, oh, wait, I remember I watched a video the other day that said this was a good brand. And it's all about repetition. So it's like with anything, it's just practice. When you do repeated tasks on a daily basis, it becomes ingrained in the subconscious mind. So when you're at the bins, even if you don't really know a bunch of brands, if you're going through sorting through thousands of clothing items, or at the thrift stores, let's say there's like 3,000 items in the thrift store, you could probably find 3 right off the bat that are super high sell-through rate items. So the goal is to basically go in and not go in, but spend endless hours just looking at what sold videos, thrift hauls, and just researching the brands that they talk about. Because a lot of YouTubers that make those videos, you can watch mine. I have a bunch of those. They will say straight up like, hey, this is a really good brand. Like, this sells for really good money for me. Looks like there's a bunch of people watching. If you're watching this right now, make sure you smash the like button. Why? Because it's going to broadcast this live out to more of the fan base. It's going to really help the channel out tremendously. I'm not here to ask you for any money or anything like that. I actually turned off all my AdSense. So if you guys could shoot me a thumbs up, it'll be greatly appreciated. And if you have any questions at all, make sure you leave a comment down below, because it's going to basically extend this live. That way I have more information to go off, so I can really help you guys straight on. This is like one-on-one coaching, and so you're getting me live right now in the flesh, and so this is your time right now to ask me questions, and that way I can really handle that for you. All right, so Rebecca, what's going on? Hope you're doing absolutely incredible. Hi, Tom. What are 3 brands that are your highest sellers? I'd say Cool, Prana. So Cool, Kuhl, is one of my favorite. Prana, Prana, is really, really good. They have good pants, jackets, convertible pants. Same with Cool. They're an outdoor brand. I really, really like outdoor brands. The outdoor category is one of my favorites. So Cool, Prana, and what's another good one? There's so many. My top 3 selling brands. So yeah, Cool, Prana, maybe Buck Mason, higher sell-through rate, pretty much sells within like 3 days for me. And always, like I said, look up sell-through rate. Make sure, like for jeans, you always want to look up sell-through rate with how big the jeans are. So if it's 32 Buck Mason jeans, you want to type that into eBay, see how many are listed, and then see how many are sold. Looks like we're getting some more comments here, more likes here. Thank you guys. Welcome to the live. If you're watching this right now, make sure you smash the like button. because it's going to motivate me to go live more often, and you have me in the flesh. So this is like one-on-one coaching. If you guys have any questions at all, make sure you leave it down below, because this is your opportunity to ask me some questions. Not too long ago, I was doing like $1,000 to $2,000 per month. And then I was doing like $5,000 per month. Now I'm doing over $12,000 per month. So this is your opportunity to make more profit, make more money. You can ask me anything eBay related or just pretty much anything. That way I can really help you guys. So I have a bunch of brands. I'm trying to think what else, like Cole, Prana, Buck Mason, Eileen Fisher, Tory Burch, Outdoor Research, Mountain Hardware. I like Air Jordan shorts a lot. And I also do really well with Adidas track pants, like nylon track pants. Also, I do pretty good with Adidas track pants and pretty much Nike Tech. Anything I do very well with. And those are more common brands that you will find at the bins. Like Cole and Prana, they're more rare. I might find them once or twice per day. Or maybe I'll find them every like other day. But the things that I find very often are like I said, Adidas track pants. Those have like $30 ASP. I think anyone here could walk into the bins and find those items. You for sure can find Cole and Prana and Outdoor Research and Mountain Hardware. Like I pretty much every time I go into the bins, I'll find those items. I really love Tommy Bahama 100% silk button-up shirts. And if you're not familiar with the name, look up the tag. And it's really important to, when you have a brand, when someone talks about a brand on YouTube, just type in that brand and what the tag looks like. That way it further gets encoded in the subconscious mind. So then when you're out there sourcing, like you basically see the item. And then when you see the item, you're like, oh shoot, like this is what Reseller Tom was talking about. And I should pick this up because it's like 30 to 40 ASP. And yeah, guys, like today I found a bunch of Lululemon, like a bunch of Lululemon, a bunch of Athleta. Like it was a really good sourcing day today. This whole week has been fire. Like sometimes I'll go to the bins and I'll just be like, you know, damn, like it's getting dried up. Then I'll go again the next day and I'll be like, damn, like this is just on fire right now. And so do you guys source at the bins? Do you guys do, let me know what you guys do. Do you do like, what's your route on a daily basis? Do you guys do the bin strategy? Do you do thrift stores? Like I went to a really tiny thrift store in Wyoming, and I still have to make that thrift haul. It's still sitting, but I found so many good brands and like crazy brands. And so basically what I did was I just put it in a suitcase. Cost me like $30 to basically fly back over here, but there was like one item that's probably worth over $100. So that alone is going to pay for the entire $30 investment to ship it back. So that's what I did when I was on vacation. I went thrifting, obviously, and I went to like these really small mom and pop like thrift stores, and like it's like it seems like there's no resellers there, and so they don't really understand, and you can catch them slipping. And so the thrift route, if you're just doing the racks in the like the thrift route, you should really try to find like smaller thrift stores because you can catch them slipping very easily. With Goodwill, they kind of know good brands, and so they're going to kind of mark up some of these good brands, and they'll mark them up. But you can catch them slipping. Like there's been many times where, because Lululemon, for instance, is very hard to find. It doesn't have a tag, and sometimes it's really hidden, and so like you can catch them slipping on Lululemon all the time. And so that's one of my favorite brands as well. So let's get back to the questions here. But thank you guys for tuning in. Leave your questions down below. It's going to motivate me to extend out this live. And thank you guys so much for giving the video a like. I think our record for a live was 30. So if you guys are watching this right now, make sure you smash the like button. Let's try to hit 30 likes during this broadcast, and list all your questions down below. And yeah, so we have some more questions here. So Rebecca, thanks for the question there. Divine, what's going on, Baus? Hope you're doing incredible. Divine, I've got a hat with a Velcro strap, but I remember you said not to use the word so that So what should I call it? So if it has a Velcro strap, you just say strap back. That's it. So don't use the word Velcro ever. Just say strap back, and you'll be totally fine. Yeah, it's weird. Like I heard like even Gore-Tex is Veroed, but I'm not. I used Gore-Tex many times and I never got Veroed, so I don't really know if that's like true. But I've definitely heard that Velcro in particular gets Veroed, like, and they'll take down your listing. So that's just kind of crazy. And I don't know why, but yeah. So for Velcro hats, you just want to say strap back. Like if you're talking about like the actual strap where it makes the sound, that's a strap back for hats. And I have a bunch of hats over here, but I don't really want to get up. But yeah, strap back is basically a Velcro strap, and it makes that sound. Divine, would you sell Sheen? I heard some authenticity controversy. I would never sell Sheen. It's a very low tier brand, very, very low tier, and don't touch it with a 10-foot pole just because it's not worth your time. You really want to learn higher end brands. So Lululemon, Athleta, ALO, Aloe. You want to study those higher end brands, because I know Shein makes a bunch of like leggings and things like that. So you want to put more of your time and resources on basically like getting Lululemon and Athleta, like I said, ALO. There's probably a bunch, to be honest. Like Gymshark is way better than Shein when it comes to leggings, and those sell way better for me. But I really don't like getting Nike leggings or Adidas leggings. They just don't sell. They used to, I mean, maybe during the winter they sell, but during the summer, my leggings are just they're horrible right now. My legging sales are like zero. What are you guys selling right now? Are you guys selling hiking stuff? Are you selling hats right now? What's selling for you? I'd say like surprisingly, like the joggers and Adidas stuff, like the track pants stuff sells pretty good for me. Pretty much all the outdoor categories selling really well for me. A lot of hats are selling well for me right now. Polos have a little increase because during the winter no one buys polos, so I'm getting a little more polo sales because it's golf season. I'm getting more short sales, obviously. I'm getting a lot of tank top sales. So let me know what type of sales that you guys are getting, what category. I'm not really getting a lot of jean sales right now. I know a lot of people do get jean sales, but I don't list a lot of jeans, so that's most likely why. But let me know what you guys are selling. I definitely sell some t-shirts way more often now because it's summer. But 6'5", Angelfish. Hey, Toms, greetings from the Netherlands. What's going on? Hope you're doing absolutely incredible. Thank you for tuning in. What time is it for you? Bought a Stone Island body warmer today for $2.50. That's awesome. I'm not exactly sure what that is in particular, but I'm sure it sells well. If you looked up the sell-through rate, just make sure when you're starting off, you look up sell-through rate. Make sure it has, I'd say, over 80% sell-through rate, and then if you price it at market or slightly below market, you should get that sale. LA Dizone. It's kind of hard to see. All right, let me zoom in here. Dizone. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Who would make fake Shein? It's already fake. Yeah, it's just it's a crap brand. One of the worst brands you can pick up is Shein. No offense, Divine, but that is the last brand you want to pick up. It's just super low tier. And by the way, if you guys want to, if you want me to roast your eBay store, feel free to send me an Instagram link to your eBay store at Reseller Tom on Instagram, and I'm going to make a bunch of videos basically roasting everyone's store. I already have like 5 people that sent me a DM. They're like, hey, like, please, they're like, please roast my store. I want you to go all in. So when I roast people's stores, I don't hold back. I do have a video basically roasting a store, and I didn't hold back at all. And I thought I was like being mean, but like I think tough love is better than telling you, like being soft on you and just saying, oh, you're doing a great job. Your store is just incredible. Like that's not how people are going to grow up. People basically need to be told how it is. And so if you guys want your store review, I'm doing free store reviews. If you want me to roast your store live on YouTube, let me know. I love roasting stores. So feel free to message me on Instagram with your eBay account, and I will roast it for you. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Leave a question down below. These lives are fueled off of your questions. So if we don't have any more questions, we will end it. But if you guys have more questions, definitely shoot your questions down below. And if you're watching this, make sure you smash the like button, because it's going to broadcast this live to more people. That way we kind of get more of a community in here, and then we can actually help each other, because whatever your question is, others probably have the same question. And if you want to 10x your sales, leave a question down below. If you got value from this channel, definitely smash the like button. And if you smash the like button, I don't know why, but you'll get a sale within 24 hours. I don't understand how it works, but each time I say that, someone will like it and they will leave a comment saying like, hey, I don't know why it works, but I did get a sale. And so I don't know if it's the law of attraction or what it is, but it definitely works. So it's called reciprocity. If you give value, you get it in return, right? So if you guys are getting value right now, smash that like button. So we have some more questions here. Hi, Rivas. What's going on, boss? Hope you're doing great. High time do you go to consignment stores to source? So I specifically just do the Goodwill bins. I'm sorry if you don't have a bins near you, but I would absolutely look to see if there's a bins near you. I'm pretty sure every city has a bins near or in that city. And so I would try to figure out what the nearest one is to you and just go every day or go once a week and source as many items as possible, because you're going to get everything for super low cost. And it's very, very big profit margins for the bins. Like, I'm telling you, like, even with $3 per pound at the bins, I'm spending like $1.90 per item. And I'm getting like Lululemon, like just the best items ever. That would be marked way up to like 10 to 15 bucks at the normal thrift store. So I'm not saying consignment stores are not good. I believe consignment stores tend to price up a little bit. But if you can find a good deal, and you can search the comps, and if there's some good margin and good spread, I think it could be a good idea. But I personally don't do consignment stores. I just do the bins, and then like smaller mom and pop thrift stores where I can catch them slipping. Like Goodwill, you can kind of catch them slipping on like 50% off day or like $2 day. But other than that, I really try to keep my cost of goods like dirt low. Like I'm saying, I'm very, very like frugal, I guess, when it comes to trying to get the best items possible for the lowest absolute price possible. So someone sent me an offer for 10 bucks for I hope it says Alfani because it's a crop brand. And oh, so someone just paid for a Bonobo shirt, but I thought I just saw an offer. Oh yeah, I do have an offer. So someone just bought a Bonobo shirt. I'm not sure why the cha-ching didn't go off, but someone sent me a $10 offer for an Alfani shirt, like a crap brand. Horrible brand. Button-up shirt, too. Someone's going to pay me 10 bucks for a button-up shirt that cost me like 80 cents at the bins. So that's kind of crazy. Crazy. Let me know what your sales are today, guys. How are you guys doing? I know a lot of people are having slow sales during the summer, but you may just have to mark down a bunch of your inventory. Like I've been marking down my stuff by like 30%, and since my margins are so small, I pretty much make profit just off of shipping alone. So you really want to get to the point where like the shipping alone you at least break even. Like I charge like $1 over what it cost me. So the majority of my items, I charge like $6.50 to $6.80 shipping. For my hats, I charge $6.80 shipping, and the hat itself cost me 50 cents. So for hats, I'm like always making profit no matter what it sells for. Even if it sells for $1 plus $6.80 shipping, I'm making money. So guys, you really need to try to figure out how to lower your cost. If you can't get things for super cheap, then you're just going to have to spend more time in your route and spend more time only sourcing items that are going to get you $30, $40, $50, $60 or more. So that's really the strategy there. Like Tech and Sports, when he first started, he was only sourcing, like he would spend all day basically sourcing. He would get 120 items per day that were like 40 to 50 ASP, which is just nuts. So if he can do that, we can at least find 20 per day that are 40 to 50 ASP. And I think we can all do that. It just might take all day. And so that's really the only thing there. So looks like we have a lot of questions here. If you guys are getting value, make sure you smash the like button. Our goal is 30 likes on the live. And so if you're watching this, make sure you smash the like button. But we have more questions, so let's handle all of these questions for you. If you guys have any questions, make sure you put all your questions down below, because if we don't have any more questions, we'll end the live. But this live is basically based off of all your questions. So if you guys have questions, let me know and I'll handle all that from you. 6'5" Angelfish. I mostly sell men's polos. That's great. Yeah, I'd say like when you consistently list things, you get those types of sales. Like when I was listing consistently like a lot of shoes and stuff, and then I recently stopped listing shoes, and then my shoe sales went in the dirt. So if you want to sell a particular thing, you just want to list those things, and then eBay gives you more traffic based off what you're listing, which is kind of weird, but I guess it is what it is. Divine, I got it for free. That's LOL. That's fine. Yeah, so that's good. I mean, but you also want to consider like storage and things like that. So like even if you got Shein for free, you want to really, if you have the storage for it, it's totally fine. But if you have a storage issue, then be very careful with what you get for free and things like that. But I mean, if you got it for free and you have the storage, no worries. It's just not going to sell for a lot, but it's all good. Divine, why would a seller not check the box that requires buyers to pay instantly when they buy it now? I really don't know. Maybe they think that they're missing out on potential customers that wouldn't be able to purchase the item because they don't have their card on file. And I actually thought that before. I was like, I wonder if I'm losing sales because I have the immediate payment turned on. But then like I turned it off, and then I just had so many unpaid buyers where I was just like, screw this, like I'm turning the button back on. But I absolutely have instant payment required turned on, and even with it turned on, I still don't get instant payments. It's so annoying how eBay works. It's so old school. It's like if you have the checkbox that says immediate pay, then it should automatically charge the card, and it still doesn't, and you still have to send invoices and remind them until they pay, and then a bunch of those still go unpaid. So it's just like, and then they're down for the year, like their earnings are way down, and it's like, why don't you just fix that? Maybe you'll get way more sales if you just were to fix that one little thing. They'd probably make billions more dollars if they actually made the instant required payment work. Why don't they have that turned on? They're like, oh, we're down for the year, so let's try to figure out how we can make more money. Let's just let's make it let's find a way where they promote their listings higher. And so we're just going to go to the sellers and further promote we're going to try to force them to further like increase their promoted listing. It's like, no seller wants to do that. Why don't you just fix the app so the required payment works, and then you make a bunch of money? Like everyone wins in that situation. I've had people that actually hit me up and they're like, I thought I had immediate payment on, but it didn't auto charge me. I'm sorry. So it's like, why don't they just like fix that? And it's very aggravating. I'm not the only person that thinks that way, but I don't know why anyone would turn it off. It's strange. So yeah, Divine, I don't know. 6'5", Angelfish, how's your routine? What time do you get up and what time do you go to sleep? So I'd say I go to sleep at like 1 to 2 a.m. and then I'll wake up at like 7 to 8 a.m. and then I'll get all my shipping done. I'll just basically, behind me here, I'll just basically get all of the items ready and like I'll get the shipping label and everything. And then what I do is basically I'll either go straight to sourcing, and then on the way to sourcing, I will get all my packages dropped off, and then I'll get straight to sourcing, and then immediately when I come back, I will take photos and then get them listed, and then I'm pretty much done for the day. I do have a video on the most optimized schedule for eBay, which is basically you wake up, you have your breakfast, your coffee, whatever, you get all your shipping done, you get all your items out, and then basically you go straight to sourcing, and then when you come back you list everything. Or you could basically just wake up, get all your packages ready, and then list, and then do your thrift route, and then when you come back you're pretty much done for the day. So I think any of those are the most important thing, and I think that doing that first thing in the morning, like if you can get your done day by 12, that's really where you want to be at. And it's very possible. There's been many days where my day was done by 12, but it's really easy for us since we are our own boss. We just stretch it out all day, and that's the last thing that we want to do. We don't want to stretch out our days. We want to get our day done as soon as possible. But if you guys are watching this, make sure you smash the like button and leave a comment down here in the chat. This is live. You have me live. This is free coaching. Let me know what you guys. Let me know what issues you guys are currently running into. So yeah, that's my schedule. I just wake up, get all my items ready, shipped, packed, and then I go straight to the bins, and then I come back and list, and then my day is pretty much done. And then for the rest of the day, I'll try to research, and also you want to get all your messages like answered first thing in the morning. You want to send out all your offers. Like I actually have some offers I can send out right now. So you want to constantly check and send out offers because that's when they're hot. Like you want to try to send out offers as immediately as possible because that's when they just saw it. It's fresh in their mind. Like they're obviously interested in it. It's like a warm lead in sales. And so you want to immediately send out the offer as soon as possible, because if you send an offer like a couple hours later, they may have already bought from someone else. So the sooner you can get that offer out, the better. And you're going to get way more sales. And in the script of when you send an offer out, you can be like, hey, just want to let you know, here's, you could say like a simple script like, hey, here's a 30% offer. And if you decide to accept the offer, I can ship this out today. That way you get very fast shipping, just some type of value add, and that way it further pushes them to want to make that sale. So you could experiment with that to see if that works for you. Basically just saying, like, hey, if you decide to accept the offer, we'll make sure that we get this shipped out right now. We can get this shipped out like literally right now. Whatever script makes most sense for you, and you can experiment with that. I think like the script that comes like preloaded is good. But you could also experiment with like giving them a value add or an upsell, not really an upsell, but letting them know, hey, would be happy to get this item out right now. Something along those lines. And that can really push them to accept the sale. We just got a message here. So yeah, you just want to respond ASAP to all questions or anything, because that's I feel like there's an algorithm that's like is based off of how fast your customer service is, and I find that when I'm like responding instantly to messages, I just get more sales, I get more traffic, it seems like. And then like if I'm on vacation or away and I don't answer any questions, eBay is like, oh, this guy's store's turned off, like he's out to lunch. And so I feel like my sales go down when I like instantly respond. I feel like I get more sales. I don't know if that's true, but it feels right to me, and it seems like that's how it is. True, but let's But yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave it down below. We'll get to you immediately. And make sure you guys are drinking water because it's hot. Like out here in LA, it's like 100 degrees, it feels like. And I got like the air conditioning blowing on me. All right. Just responding to messages. It's important to respond to messages as fast as you can. So we have a lot of questions here. Leave your comments down below. We'll get to every single question before the live ends. And if you're not already, if you haven't already smashed the like button, please do so. It will get this broadcast out to more people. Okay. We just got another sale for a hat, a LA Kings hat for $10, so not that much money. But I marked down a lot of my older hats and a lot of my older inventory, just super, super low right now. Donna, I never answered your question. I'm sorry. You asked, do I deal with Poshmark? I don't. I just do eBay, but there's nothing wrong with Poshmark. If you can make it work, do it. And but I just do eBay just because it has the most traffic. They have promoted listings, and although it's not the best platform, it works very well for me, and I really understand it. I feel like I really understand the platform, but when you think you understand something, you really don't. So like I'm forever a student, obviously, and I really am continuing to learn the platform and everything. So constantly learning high sell-through rate items and all that, and really investigating the algorithm and how it works and all that. So let's catch up on all these questions. Divine, I'm listing an item that I did sell similar, but they sold theirs in Canadian. How do I change it to USD? I'm listing an item that I did sell similar, but they sold theirs in Canadian. How do I change it to USD? So you have to, I'm pretty sure in that situation, you have to find a US, you have to sell similar off of a US item. It should automatically convert it, but if it doesn't, you're going to have to find another one that's USD and just sell similar off that one. I've been there before, so I understand what you're talking about, and it's weird and annoying, but you're just going to have to sell similar off of someone that has a US item there. Tom Allen, what's going on, boss? Hope you're doing great. Hope you are doing absolutely incredible, Tom. What's your strategy at the bins? So yeah, just get in there as early as possible, and just like instead of sitting around, standing around, like I'm always just sorting, because at the bins, it's just law of averages. Like if you stay there long enough, you're going to find at least 20 items. So the goal for me is I'm going to stay there as long as possible until I find 20 gold items, and that's all that matters. So like I'll just sort, like out of, like in one bin, let's say there's 5,000 like pieces of clothing. I will sort through every single one and maybe find 2 to 3 items per like bin. And so my goal is to just go to every bin basically and just sort through everything. And I just walk around constantly. I'm constantly walking around because a lot of people will throw things back on the top, or they will like displace items, and then I'll see like cool right on the top. Today I found crazy bangers that were just at the top, like Lululemon, and like it's just constantly walking around, constantly looking through everything, and not just standing around and eating and going to McDonald's, like just constantly like looking at, sorting through everything. Because a lot of people at the bins that I go to, they'll like look and then they're done. They'll just stand in the corner until the next bins roll out. For me, like I am consistently walking through and sorting like for 5 hours straight, like without stopping. Just like my steps are probably crazy. I'm constantly sorting through everything, and I find really good stuff. And like you want to study good brands, good fabrics, you can really tell just like the color of the fabric, the shine from the fabric, if it's good quality. Get adept with the feel. Look for cashmere, know what cashmere feels like, and just higher end brands, what they feel like. You can go to REI Co-op, this actual physical store, and feel what all the great things feel like. But guys, we're going to end this soon, so leave all your final questions here. I'm going to get through everyone right now, but if you have any last second questions, let me know and I'll answer it for you. Let's catch up on everything. Charlie Alber, what's going on? Hope you're doing great. What do you do when your bins doesn't have quality clothing? I would consider just trying to stay an extra hour or two and really try to go deeper. And because like sometimes at the bins, sometimes my best days at the bins are when initially I'm like, today's just a really off day. Like all these brands are horrible. But then when let's say like an hour in, I'm like, God, today's just an awful day. But then I continue to just keep sorting, going to the bottom of the bins and really just continue to keep sorting and sorting. I may spend an extra 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And then eventually I'll find like bangers that are at the bottom, or I'll eventually just find really good stuff and I'll hit my 20 per day goal of gold items, even when I feel like it's off. You just have to really sort through and really dive deeper to the bottom of the barrel, basically. And if it's a really off day, like just keep going every day, because oftentimes like you will find some good stuff. But I have been to a bins before where it was really, really bad. And so either you're going to have to go every single day, because like you're obviously always going to, because like Goodwill, they like, it's not like people that donate to LA that goes straight into the bins. They actually ship it out to a different state. So it should be pretty even for everyone. So I would say in that case, like make sure you increase your Rolodex, because you might be missing up on a lot of good brands. So increase your Rolodex, and your area might be different. They may sell different items that sell for me. So it's really, when you're at the bins, look up pretty much everything. Like if you've never heard of a tag before, look up the sell-through rate and see if it makes sense for you to buy it, and just spend more time at the bins. Like when I first went, I would just spend an hour or 2 hours. But then when I started spending like 3 to 5 hours at the bins, that's really when I increased my Rolodex. And then that's really when I started making a lot more money, because I increased my Rolodex and I would look up items there in person. And then I see all those items like within the first hour now. So items that I didn't know about before, now I'm finding like super fast. So Tom, hopefully that helps you. Or was that Tom? No, that was I feel like I'm so out of place right now. So yeah, Charlie, hopefully that helps you. Tom, what's your strategy at the bins? I answered that. Why are button ups so hard to sell from 6'5" Angelfish? Just because with COVID and everything, it's just not really. It's not really more. It's not. I feel like it used to be in demand like pre-COVID, but now people are just more. I feel like adults are like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't wear button-up shirts anymore, and people like they're wearing more performance type things. So like Travis Matthew, or like Peter Millar Summer Comfort, like the more performance-based brands are doing a lot better. And like RLX by Ralph Lauren does really, really well. But yeah, button-ups are just super. And also like button-up, like when people want a button-up, they want a crispy, brand new button-up. They don't necessarily want a used button-up shirt, because a lot of the button-up shirts have like yellow staining. And I feel like a lot of people have bad experiences on eBay because like they get an item that just has yellow staining and like rips or tears, and it's just not in the best condition. And for a button up, you get a button up to really look like a savage. And so like maybe they got turned off from previous customers selling them like a yellow stained like on the collar. But yeah, button ups are just hard to sell. But if you price them right, I mean, they can sell. Like if you price them at $5 plus $6.80 shipping, like they will sell. It's just the margin's not really there, unless you want to do the volume model and you make like $2 to $5 per button up. LA Dizon, would you be willing to lose a couple of bucks to move old inventory from 2021? Asking for a friend. Depends how much you're gonna lose, but but at least try to just get what you paid for. So if you spend like $3, try to at least maybe charge 5 with the fees and everything. Just depends. Like, I wouldn't recommend losing money, but if you're running out of space, yeah, you could just donate it or just have it dirt cheap and sell it. That's what I would do. I would either donate it or I would just have it for dirt cheap. I'd say anything sub $5 sells pretty quick. My Ivory Vest, my average price for shipping first class is $7.50. So that's a little bit on the higher end. I know some people do $8.90 for even for first class. But it's a little bit on the higher end. Obviously, if you want to be extremely competitive, $4.99. If you want to be the average, it's $5.95 for first class. And then if you want to start being on the higher end, it's $6.50 to $6.80. And then the super high end of first class is $8.90, because I charge $8.90 for priority. So, but if it's working for you, that's fine. But I would say for first class, you kind of want to be at the $5.95 up to $6.80 max. But I know some people that do $8.90 first class and they do fine. They just do $8.90 for everything. $65 angelfish. I'm just selling whatever doubles my money. That's fine. If you can double your money, that's great. Most people are unable to double their money in their life. So, if you're getting your bills paid, you have more time. There's no issue with that. I'm the same way. Like, I'm like, for my strategy, I want to like 5x, 10x my income, because the bins are so damn cheap. So I can really turn like $1 into like $30. So that's a crazy X. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of times where you probably did way more than just a 2x. Sublime 90. Hey, what's going on? Hope you're doing great. Did your parents do reselling when you were growing up? They actually did not. They just worked 9 to 5s their whole lives, and I love them. They were straight hustlers, and they really grinded out and really created a great childhood for me. So really appreciate and love my parents deeply. And no, they never did reselling, but I want to help them do reselling because I want to help them make more money. Are the bins worth it if you don't sell clothes? I sell mostly electronics. The bins seem like they're 90% clothing. Yeah, so with electronics, that's a whole different game. And so I'm not really in the electronics game, but I know people make a bunch of money doing electronics. And so I'd say really figuring out a really good vendor, or like flea markets. If you have a good flea market setup, you could probably find a bunch of, like, the flea markets are probably way smarter doing electronics on the flea market. I know the actual Goodwill thrift stores have some good underpriced electronics, but for the bins, I don't know if the bins is where you would want to source electronics. I mean, you can try it. I found like headphones and stuff before, but it seems like a lot of it may be broken, and I don't think the bins would be the best situation for electronics. I'd say the actual thrift store or flea markets is what I heard does very well. But like I said, I'm not an expert in electronics. So LA Dizon, can you please share your biggest sale of the month for inspo? Thank you for your help. So my biggest sale was an Arc'teryx jacket, which is worth like $500. I found it at the bins, and I think I probably paid like $3 or $4 for it. So I turned, excuse me, I turned $4 into, I think it sold for, I forget, 180 or 270. I'm getting a lot of hat sales right now. I'm really underpricing my hats right now. I just want to like fly through my old hats. So getting the price under $9 for hats, they sell pretty damn quick. My biggest sale, Arc'teryx jacket. Arc'teryx is a really good brand. They sell retail for, like I said, $300 to $600. And when the first day I listed, I got an instant offer for $100, and I countered. But I'm pretty sure that eventually sold for, it was like $170 or $240. but I'm not really a super high ticket guy. I'm more of a volume based $30 ASP type guy. So my goal is to sell like 20 per day that are $30 average sales price. And so that really, really adds up. So I'm more on like the mid tier. So I want to sell things for like $30 and get like 20 plus, 20 to 30 sales per day with an ASP of like 30 to $40. That's more of my goal. It's not necessarily trying to find like $100 to $500 items. I don't feel like that's duplicatable. But for me, what is super duplicatable is finding a bunch of $30, $40, $50 ASP items. Sublime. Okay. Christian, what's going on, man? How did you go from 1K to 2K a month to 5K per month? It's really just increasing the listing goal, but it's increasing the listing goal with high value items. So when I first started, maybe I was doing like 5 per day, but then I increased it to 30 per day. But the increase was just low tier items. So that's kind of dumb, right? If you're going to increase your listing goal, you have to maintain the quality of, like, for instance, if I were to continue with the items that I'm sourcing and I doubled my listing goal, I would make $20,000 per month, because when you increase your listing goal, you have to maintain the quality of the items that you put up. It doesn't really matter how many items you list. All that matters is, are you maintaining that high sell-through rate, high ASP gold type item? And if you're doing that, if you double, triple, quadruple that same formula, you will 4x whatever you're at. So if I 4x my listing goal right now and did 60 per day and maintained the gold item ratio, I'd make $40,000 per month. So I feel most comfortable right now with 20 gold items until I continue to increase my Rolodex, because the more times that I go to the bins, I get smarter and I find new brands and I find more brands and I get more experience. So each time I go to the bins, it's almost like I'm sourcing more items. So I'll get to the point where I can do 30 items per day, super easy, gold items, higher tier items. And then that'll get me to like $15,000 to $20,000 per month. So if you're going to increase your listing goal, that's really the only way you're going to make more money and go from $1,000 to $2,000 to $5,000. But if you increase your listing goal, you have to try to list items that are higher ASP, gold items, high sell-through rate, and high in demand items, and get things without holes or stains, and try to get the best items possible. So Christian, thank you for that message. 65 Angelfish. Which other resellers do you follow on YouTube? Suggestions. So I think when I first started, I was watching a lot of Daily Refinement and Tech and Sports. Those are my two favorite. And Big Yumbo's awesome. Dixon Pixins is great. There's a bunch of really good ones. And they're just like all the consistent guys, like the people that do lives all the time and they post every day. You kind of know who they are. So I would just go, like, literally go on YouTube and type in reselling, eBay reselling, and you'll see a bunch of them like on the front page. But let me know who you guys like. Who else do I like? I'll have to like go on my YouTube right now to see what recent people. Flippin' 8 Easy is good. He's kind of funny. He's got a more negative attitude than I have, but I guess opposites attract. He's more of like a miserable type personality, which is kind of funny to watch sometimes. Not miserable, but you know what I mean, if you know who he is. Who else is good? There's honestly a lot of good guys. Like I said, Big Youngbo I really like. Bo Johnson's really good. Taylor Exchange is really good. Yeah, I love all those guys. I watch all their stuff. Pretty much all like the main guys that are just posting like very consistently. J-Dog, weird question. What are the bins? I mainly go to yard sales on Saturdays and then Savers and Goodwill occasionally. So what the bins are, it's basically just called the Goodwill outlet. And so you can go on Google Maps right now and just type in Goodwill outlet. And the outlet is basically the bins where they just push out like blue carts, and they have like 2,000 items of clothing in one bin, one cart. And you get like they price everything by the pound. And so if you know what you're doing, you can get things for really dirt cheap. Like you don't necessarily want to get like a huge like down jacket from Eddie Bauer because it might cost you like $15 because it's so heavy. But if you know what you're doing, like you find Lululemon, you could find that stuff for like $1. And there's so much Lululemon at the bins all the time. Yeah, Harry Tornado is really good. Yeah, like a lot of those bigger guys are really good. But I kind of watch, the people that are like under, I'd say like 25,000. I really like their stuff. I like watching people's journey. But yeah, Harry Tornado is great. He's one of the top guys. J Dog, oh, got it. Yeah, so that's what the bins are. Don P, thank you. Yes, smash the like button. PJR, what's up, man? What's going on? Man sold a chair for 1,000, bought it for 250 2 weeks ago. Made my day. That's great, dude. What kind of chair was it? The chair I'm actually sitting in right now, the MSRP is like $600, and I found it at Goodwill for I don't know, like I think it was $10, and it's just the nicest chair ever. Like I'm so happy I found it. It's just like if you guys work at your place, go to Goodwill, and like Goodwill is such an awesome hack. Like you can get robot vacuums. So like my place is always clean now because like I just have the robot. I found like 3 robot vacuums and I just tested them all out, and I just chose the one that I wanted and then just returned the one that was trash. And it's just great. Like I love Goodwill because you can find things that are actually useful for pretty much on the low. Let's see if I can send out any offers. You're priced right when like every time you look at your phone, you can send out offers. Christian, how do you search up comps on items at the bin? So what I'll do is, let's say I find James Purse, which is like a newer brand that I probably heard from Kaylee Eileen, which is also a really good YouTuber. She makes like 15 to 20,000 per month, and she's she's crushing it. So I think I probably heard it in one of her videos, and I didn't really know that brand James Purse, but it was ingrained in my subconscious mind because I probably saw it from her YouTube channel, like her thrift hauls or what sold videos. And then when I was at the bins, like I saw that tag and I was like, oh, I remember this. But I was like, do I know it? So what I do is I'll just search up the brand name on the tag. So it said, for instance, like Eileen Fisher. Let's say you didn't know what that was. You would see the Eileen Fisher tag. And then on eBay, like on your eBay app, on the search menu, you would just type in Eileen Fisher and then whatever it is. Let's say it was a button-up Eileen Fisher shirt. You would just type in Eileen Fisher button-up, size medium. You want to put the size in and then basically see what they're listed for. And you want to see what they're listed for, basically. And you want to see how many are listed. And then you would go to solds to see what the sell-through rate is. And then that way you would basically know what the sell-through rate is. What other questions do we have? Yeah, Harry Tornado's good. PJR, man, just sold a chair for $1,000. Oh wait, I think I already saw that. How do you search up comps? So yeah, you just type in the item, the size, and what the item is, and then you see how many are listed, and then see how many are sold to check the sell-through rate, and then that's how you want to do that. J-Dog, okay, I know what you're talking about now, about the bins. Thank you for the clarification. I want to get more involved in clothing. I mainly deal with random stuff currently. Yeah, so I think when everyone starts, they start with just an everything store, and then basically they'll kind of get into one niche. A Zinger chair, I've never heard of that, but let's look it up. But I'm going to end here shortly, guys. If you have any final questions, let me know. And a Zinger chair, wow. Yeah, they go for a lot of money, like $3,000. That's insane, man. Thank you for that. I feel like may have seen these before, but that's crazy, man. That's an awesome sale. How did you ship that thing? That thing was probably a pain in the ass to ship. I don't even know how to ship bigger things like that. Like I'm just on my own groove doing like, flat rate envelopes and stuff. So did you use like USPS or UPS ground or whatever? But how did you sell it? It folds super small. Wow. So what box did you use, and how did you sell it? Was it UPS? Like, what's the cheapest way to sell something that's heavier like that? Because I don't have any experience with selling like heavier things. Like the heaviest thing that I ship is just in a flat rate box. And so, because I just do clothing. But if I sold something like that, I'd be stressed out. I'd be like, how do I even ship that thing? But yeah, guys, we're going to end here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you PGR for that bolo. FedEx, awesome. How much was that to ship it out? Like how much did you charge them? And then how much was it actually? Cause I'm actually interested in that. I'm never going to dabble into like heavier items. I just want to do clothing, but I am curious on that. You don't know how much it cost yet. Hopefully it doesn't cost too much, cause you charge 50. Yeah, I don't know how much that's going to be. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. I hope you guys have the best day ever. And, but yeah, PGR, that's a banger. All right, guys, we'll see you very soon. Peace.